Boxingego quick hits.
Ego?
Ego, E-G-O, Boxingego.
Boxy, BOXYEGO.com.
Did you spell it?
She spelled that shit.
Yo, Jaron Boots Ennis, his upcoming opponent this weekend, he's bigger than I thought. Pause. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego in the back with some more boxing. Boxingego quick hits. Less intro, less filler. Let's get it. Now, I am definitely looking forward to this fight. In case you haven't checked out my last video, that's really on you. That means you're not subscribed. You don't have the bell notifications on. But Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis were both slated to fight this Saturday on separate fight cards, separate platforms. Vergil Ortiz's fight has now been canceled, postponed, whatever you want to call it. They said Vergil Ortiz fainted and he's not in a condition to fight. So more on that, check that video out. So now it looks like all eyes are on Boots Ennis versus Roman Villa. Now, I was looking forward to Vergil Ortiz. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was looking forward to that fight with Stanionis. Now, it does make it, for me, it's better, especially being a content creator, because I hate when it's two main events that I really want to see and they're on concurrently at the same time, overlapping. It's just too hard for me to watch. Even though I have the technology to watch, I got multiple iPads, different monitors, different screens, so I could watch it. I just don't prefer to watch boxing with multiple TVs going with two different fights. It's not my deal. So now it's all eyes on Jaron Ennis. One thing I noticed at the final press conference is Villa is bigger than I expected. He's bigger than I remember. I know he fought Rashidi Ellis, and you know, not a lot was known about Villa at that specific time, but he definitely showed his grit. He showed he's a warrior, and he showed his toughness. But in this recent face-off, I was really able to see just how big he is next to Jaron Ennis, because Jaron Ennis is somebody that I've publicly said is pretty huge for the division. And Villa looked almost a little bit taller, and I think he has good size. He has power. He has a record of 26-1 with 24 knockouts. And then you got a guy like Jaron Boots Ennis, mans like Ennis. He's 30-0 with 27 knockouts. So they both boast power. This is going to be an explosive fight as long as it lasts. Now, my thing is this. Villa showed you how durable he is. He showed he carried power late, put Rashidi Ellis in predicaments late in the fight. But stylistically, this style that Villa brings is going to pose more problems for Villa than Jaron's last opponent, which was that Karen guy, because that Karen guy was in pure survival mode and he didn't really come to engage. It looked like he knew he was going to lose the fight, but he'd rather just play spoiler and make it an ugly fight than really try to win. Because if you don't get knocked out, then that's great. You don't get put on the person like Jaron Ennis's highlight reel. But the downside is it's a nasty fight, and you know you can't win the fight in the method you're fighting. You can't win a fight with zero offense, and you got a guy like Jaron Ennis who's still getting his offense off in spots, and he's more aggressive. It's just not a way to win a fight. So the Karen dude kind of stunk up the joint. I fully expect the opposite, which is great matchmaking coming off of that, because it kind of set Jaron Ennis back a little bit, because people were like, oh, he didn't look that good. Maybe I have to reassess him and things like that. But, you know, I don't over dramatize things like that. You're not going to knock out everybody. That guy came to survive, and some fights are like that. Some guys are durable and tricky and crafty enough to make it out there 12 rounds with no chance of winning, fighting how he was fighting. This is a different animal, because I think Villa's durable, and I don't think Villa's pride will allow him to go out like the Karen dude. So I'm putting this on the official Boxingego banger alert. And I just thought of that right now. So if you ever hear me say banger alert, then pay attention to that particular fight, because it's basically guaranteed to be a banger. So I'm putting the ego stamp on it. This is a banger alert. The styles should play well, and we're going to see how durable Villa is. But I will say this, if Villa is durable and he can make it to the second half of the fight like he did with Ellis, that's where things are going to get interesting, because Jaron Ennis is not going to want to blow his wad, expecting to just get him out of there. And do it easily. Because if he doesn't, does he have the conditioning, especially with, I would imagine Jaron Ennis does a pretty severe weight cut. It's going to be interesting to see if it makes it to the later rounds. But the way Jaron Ennis has looked outside of the Karen fight, a lot of his fights haven't really made it into deep rounds. So I'm really anxious for this. And now the Virgil Ortiz fight is officially off. I really have no interest in that Golden Boy card for real, because I was looking forward to Stanionis versus Ortiz. So with that being postponed, it's all eyes on Showtime. Showtime is having a hell of a year. PBC's having a hell of a year. This is a horrible year for DAZN. Fights like Richardson Hitchens and Montana Love, I was looking forward to that, canceled. Fights like Virgil Ortiz keep getting canceled with Stanionis. And then Showtime keeps delivering Boots versus Villa, Gervonta versus Tank, Benavidez versus Plant, Errol Spence versus Crawford, Canelo versus Jermell Charlo. I mean, it's a landslide, people. Let me know what you think of this upcoming Boots fight, and I'm out.